Jonathan, we see you with the mask. Have you been vaccinated or no?
You know, it's just this variant. There's no telling what this variant could do. So I'm wearing a mask until this thing is completely 100% gone. I don't want to touch COVID at all. So I'm just protecting myself.
So it's just an extra measure after you got vaccinated?
Look, I don't want to go into detail because I know it's a lot of riff right now. I'm doing what's right for me. I feel like right now I just need to wear a mask until the variant and everything is done with, because I've seen some dudes who are in pretty bad shape, and I do not want that to be me. Don't want to hurt the team at all either.
How did missing that one game last year? I know you didn't get it, but I don't think. But how did that affect you? And that has to linger in your head.
Man, I'm like, so I'm watching the game, and regardless of the outcome, I'm like, man, I'm supposed to be on the field with those dudes. Win or lose, whether we up by 50 or we down by, I'm like, man, I'm supposed to be out there. I mean, it sucks. So, I mean, that's why I'm doing everything I can to try and prevent that from happening again this year, because that was the worst feeling ever. That was my first game I've actually ever missed, so that was tough. That was tough.
John, in your training this summer, what did you get into this year?
So I actually got into a lot of different things actually. I've gotten into a lot of yoga, a lot of mindfulness. I have the one thing with UA that'll be coming out soon that was actually a really challenging way of training. It was really challenging. I haven't looked yet. I don't think it's out yet, but it should be coming out soon. But it was definitely a unique experience.
You'd done yoga before, though. Did you change up how you did it, or?
Yeah, so I used to do hot yoga, but then I got into more of, I guess it's not really yoga, it's more of a Pilates, I should say, excuse me, Pilates. I heard that was really tough. A couple people talked about Pilates classes. They work little intricate muscles with the machine that you won't normally work unless you specifically do those classes. So just trying to do a bunch of different things in order to give myself an advantage in a sense.
How did you get into those things? Like, yeah, did you want to try some new stuff, or how did you get into them?
Oh, I definitely want to try new things. Asking teammates, asking, trainers, like, hey, what do you think about this? And then, getting a response of, well, really, that might not have much benefit to you, or I think this will be a great benefit. So asking a lot of those questions in the offseason. The offseason is all about getting better. So whatever you can do to get 1% better, that's what you want to do in that offseason.
I'll tell you from the end of last year, I think 700 and some yards over the last 6 games, ended on the hot streak. Are you able to just pick up right where you left off, or how did you kind of approach this offseason compared to last, because they had to be so different?
Yeah, that's definitely the goal, to pick up where I left off. But the beauty of it is that's why we have training camp to prepare, to get ready for the first game. You got some preseason games, so you're able to really get that full off-season effect now to be able to hit the ground running game one.
Jonathan, you mentioned you didn't have this time last year, of course, coming into your rookie season, no camp, no preseason. How much do you need to take advantage of these opportunities so that you can kind of pick up right where you left off at the end of last season in week 1?
It's essential. I mean, you do weight training, you do conditioning, you do position work, but nothing gets you ready for football than playing football. So being able to have this offseason, have this training camp, have these preseason games is going to be essential, not only for myself, but the entire team, to take full advantage of these reps.
Jonathan, when you watched, I assume this offseason you went back and watched film of your game last year. What do you see when you watch it?
Really looking forward to attacking more this year, especially, in the first half, not attacking as much. But like I said, hitting the ground running, being able to be more confident. I mean, like you said, we had OTAs, we got many OTAs we've had in this training camp. I mean, it's going to be about putting all of that together to hit the ground running week 1.
First camp with fans. How's that going to be tomorrow, running out?
It's going to be nice. A lot of people have said it's going to be my first year, which is funny. But a packed Lucas Oil Stadium, I'm excited for that. It should be really fun. Last year was really fun, so I can't even imagine what this year is going to be.
Jonathan, year 2, after what you did year 1, more of a mark man, and do you embrace that?
Yeah, one of the biggest things, you want to get 1% better. So as long as I'm able to capitalize and we'll get 1% better, go 1 up from last year, that's the goal. That's what you want to do. You want to always be progressing. You want to always be moving forward.
And you talked in the offseason, getting Marlon Mack back. What do you think about that?
Man, Marlon's a smooth operator. He was primed for a big year last year. It was unfortunate what happened last year, but be on the lookout this year.
Jonathan, when you, to Steven's question about looking back on last year's film, could you describe first half Jonathan Taylor, second half Jonathan Taylor, what you saw?
So really, a lot of, you guys know the offseason that we had last year. So it was kind of trying to learn everything, a new system virtually, coming into the modified training camp, then trying to get caught up to speed with the vets, which testament to the coaches and the players for doing the best that they could to get us rookies caught up as much as possible. And then once the season started, the playbook is changing each and every single week due to game plan. So, you know, around that halfway mark, finally, you know, you've seen everything pretty much in the playbook. You kind of know everything now. It's kind of getting everything solidified. So really it was kind of playing catch up a little bit until you were able to get everything solidified.
Jonathan, the genesis of the switch to the Pilates and targeting those smaller muscles, is that injury prevention? Is that trying to squeeze an extra, you know, couple like 100th of a second out of your 40? What are you going for?
And that's the biggest thing. You're gonna work in the offseason. You're gonna try to get bigger, stronger, faster. But a lot of things in the offseason is, you know, what can help you with injury prevention. You know, the injury rate in this game is 100%, but what can you do to minimize as much as possible? So that's the biggest thing in the offseason.
So you focused on those smaller, hard to reach muscles because you don't normally get to them?
Exactly, and those are usually those muscles that people tend to hurt. I mean, you ask somebody, oh, what happened to you? And they're like, oh, I hurt. It's this little muscle in here, and, you know, it's because you don't usually work those muscles.
Hey, two more. How's Carson going to change the offense in your mind? I mean, you guys love Rivers, but they're very different quarterbacks. What do you think the offense can look like with Carson back there?
They are very different quarterbacks. I think Carson's going to bring a new dynamic to this team. Of course, you can see he makes plays with his legs, but he also makes plays with his arm. He has a big arm. So I think that'll be a different dynamic for the team. We're excited. We got a little glimpse of it during the mini OTAs. You guys are going to see it in full throttle here during this camp this offseason. So we're excited. You guys will be excited once you guys see us out there.
Does that directly impact the running game? You feel like since he has that other dimension, you have some run-pass options there, that kind of thing. How does that impact the running game?
I mean, it definitely impacts the running game. I mean, you got a quarterback they got to respect, has a big arm. I mean, it's like pick your poison. So, I mean, especially with the running back group that we have, I mean, every time we get an opportunity to carry that football or whether we get an opportunity to protect Carson, we're going to take full advantage of it. So, you know, it's kind of one of those pick your poison kind of deals.